welcome to the News You Can Use podcast. I'm here with Tmicheals, Lyndrum, and they in the building, man. Let's go. Episode 5, man. How y'all feeling tonight, fellas?
Oh, it's on. We good.
I'm chilling, bro.
We live, man. How you feeling, Tmicheal?
I'm chilling, bro. That intro was hard, bro. I was trying to capture the intro, man. I couldn't do it quick enough, man. The intro was hard though. I like that.
Yep.
Sure.
So tonight we're gonna be interviewing the world-renowned producer Tmicheals. We got the legendary producer and dance extraordinaire Lyndrum Productions with us tonight. I think we're gonna have a couple artists in here, and this is gonna be a good episode. So, fellas, how y'all feel about the podcast so far? This is episode 5.
It's dope.
Yeah, I'm digging it. I'm digging it, man. I'm digging it.
Clean.
T-Mike, I can't hear you that well. Can you get a little closer?
You said what now?
Your volume is a little low.
Can you hear me? I want to make sure you can hear me, man. I want to make sure everything's straight. My bad. Can you hear me now? Everything good?
Yeah, I can hear you. You all good.
All right.
All right. So T-Mike, man, tell me how you got started in music. You know, where you come from, how you grew up.
Yeah. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, Decatur to be exact. You know what I'm saying? Man, I started off, singing in church, doing music in church like everybody else, and then I graduated from high school, went to college. My homeboy, one of my best friends, God rest his soul, he was a part of Drumline. He was in the movie Drumline. You know what I'm saying, with Nick Cannon. But he was the one that really made me like pursue music because he was a guy that was a part of the band at Reading High School. He played the drums and all that, and that's how he got into Drumline because he played the drums. And but I went to high school with GA from Little Bad Creation, and all that connected with Dallas Austin and all that type of stuff. And then I ended up starting my own group, and we did a couple of things, a couple of shows, and at the time from my group to Carrie Hilson and all that kind of stuff. We all kind of just, we grew up together, so we all kind of gelled together, and that's how it kind of started with me. And then, of course, after that, ended up meeting Spec and from Basic Black, and that's kind of how I started with music, man. But I grew up, loving music from day one. I always wanted to be a producer and a songwriter. I always wanted to do music. I always wanted to tell a story that other people couldn't tell or other people couldn't express. So that was my main thing. Like, I can go through life and go through the hardships, ups and downs. That's what always made me a writer anyway. I always felt like me being a creative, when people go through stuff, that's cool. But when I go through stuff, I got to put it out. You know what I'm saying? So it went from pen to paper to microphone to tape, CD, cassette, MP3. It went to all that. So
Right.
I was always able to do that, man. A lot of people don't understand, like, as artists and creatives that we are, that we're able to manifest in a different way than the normal people. So that was always my thing, man. So yeah, that's how I started, man. I started as a young kid doing music, playing the drums, trumpet, piano, and I went from there to, wanting to write, and went from wanting to write to wanting to produce and sing, and but that's how I started, man. Just simple work, simple things, man. You know what I mean?
So, what inspired you? Like, can you remember your first time you heard a record that you was like, "This is what I want to do," or, what inspired you to even want to get into music?
For me, I think the first thing that inspired me, if I can recall, might have been like I think the one record that I was always a Jodeci fan and Boys Men fan, but I think the one thing that inspired me was when I heard Mint Condition. I ain't gonna lie, it was Mint Condition. It was Pretty Brown Eyes. But even at that time, when that song came out, what really inspired me was when they came back with the song "Swinging." You send me swinging. So that was that record, because I was like, damn, this shit different. So anytime I heard something outside of like a first single, the second single was always something that inspired me. So I was the guy that would go to the record stores, right?
I can't hear you.
No, I said I was always the guy that would go to the record stores and buy the records that you in the groups that you never heard of.
Right.
So even if we had Jodeci, Boys and Men, Men Condition, I was the guy that would go be like, okay, who is this group? Let me find out about them. So I was always the one to go buy something that you never heard of. And that's what
Right.
inspired me. The underdogs. The underdogs
Exactly.
always inspired me. So yeah.
What about you, Lyndrum? What inspired you to start doing music and getting into music? And like, what record was it for you that you heard when you was like, this is it for me?
I don't really. I don't think it was necessarily a record. You know, my first start into the industry was all about dance and choreography. So it kind of started for me where uh, I wanted to create what made me dance.
Mm.
Because after, you know, I'm dancing for everybody, doing choreography for everybody, doing this, doing that. Um, it turned into a situation where I loved music so much. I knew I had that production niche in me, but it was like I want to produce what I dance to.
Right.
So that's how it started for me. Wanting to build a, you know, a certain pattern or a certain song that had choreography in the drums or choreography in the track to where I could visualize dancing to it. So that's how it started for me as far as production.
That makes a lot of sense. And
Yeah.
for the people who watching and don't know, um, let them know who you are and what you've done and your contribution to this 50 years of hip hop.
Man. Well, I've done a lot of choreography, dancing, did choreography for Motown, choreography with the Face Records, being in the group that I was in, Divine and the Wiseman, you know, and working with other people outside of the industry and end up being a part of the industry, working with a lot of new cats, up and coming artists that eventually turned into artists on, you know, in the industry and stuff like that, man. And just coming into being an artist, being a performer, and then going into the production game. I've done artist development myself. I had artists on many platforms such as BET and American Idol and things of that nature. It's like just a lot of different stuff that I've done, and then getting into the production game from all the way back from doing production with the group with in the Face Records to now. You know what I'm saying? Like moving to LA, of course, was a big thing, and being signed to the Rough Riders, and then being signed to Sony, and you know things just started going a certain way, but it was always something that I don't know I was missing. I guess it was my own thing, like, and then after years of hiatus and going off and doing all these ventures and accomplishments and production and artist development and everything, I got back with my boy. You know what I'm saying? Surf God himself, and just honing in on that old school love that we both, you know, that we both have for music and production and finishing something that we started a long time ago. So that's where everything is right now. But it's been a long journey, just to make, you know, a long story short. And at the end of the day, I realized that it's artist development, production, and things of that nature that I really get a kick out of: songwriting, branding, you know, turning the artist from not knowing into knowing how to work the stage like a champ.
Okay. T Mike, Let the people know how you got your start in the music biz. Where did you start? You know, who were you doing music with? Like, let the people know what you done and where you came from with it.
Yeah, I was starting with I started with like I said, GA from Another Bad Creation, and I also started with Kerry Hilson, and then it moved up from there to working with JQ, who was a part of who became a part of the Clutch. The Clutch was a songwriter team that did 4 Minutes and Icebox and all those songs that you heard back in the day. And
Wait. Pause. Wait. You did Icebox by Marion?
no. I worked with the guy. I started off with okay.
So you
So
was a part of that. That's
no,
all I wanted to know.
no. So what I'm telling you is this: when I started becoming a songwriter, right? I was around a guy named JQ, Jonte Austin, Kerry Hilson, and who else? Brian Michael Cox.
Okay.
So here in Atlanta, we went from you would move from LaFace Records to Noontime to oh my God, I can't think, but we moved around a lot. So back then, it was about like hooking up with people, dark. You know what I'm saying? It was about hooking up with a lot of people. So at that time, me being around JQ, me being around Brian Michael Cox, who did "Let's Get Married" for Jagged Edge, and JQ, who wrote "Yeah" for Usher, and I knew all these people growing up. Like
All classic records, man.
came
All
together
classic.
at the time. None of us had anything except for Jonte. Jonte had uh, lately for Tyrese at the time. Have I told you I love you lately?
Classic.
So I was around these people, man. But me being around these people, I think at the time for me, it was very overwhelming because I was still like walking into something so early. So um, but that's how I started off. I started off being around other writers, man. I started off being around a lot of songwriters, and at the time too, I had a group of my own. We were called Spectrum at the time, man, and we had a guy named Stannis Smith who wrote Silly Hole for TLC for the fan mail album. And so he was writing records for the group, you know what I mean? And we were going to be, next up. Like we were coming into a bridge that was already developed between Jodeci, Boyz II Men, and stuff like that. So we were coming in the late 90s, 99, 2000. We were coming in from that bridge, you know what I mean? And we had a few records we recorded. I still have them to this day, man. I can go back and listen to them all day long. But that's how I started, man. I started off as a group, and when the group disbanded, I ended up trying to turn everything over to start focusing on me and focusing on me as a writer and a producer. Because I always knew I could write. I didn't know I could produce. You know what I mean? And I started working on that as well. So yeah, so that's pretty much how it happened. And like I said, and then at the time when I was at Dark dealing with Dallas Austin and stuff like that, I wasn't signed to him, but I was always there. For me, I would leave from school to college and then just drive up to Travis Ave. Go hit up Dallas and see what Dallas got going on because Dallas was there for my high school graduation because of GA from Another Back Race. That's his. That's family. So, but I used
Right.
to hang up at Dark and just chill out all day long. You know what I mean? And just
Dark. I remember Dark.
yeah. So that's pretty much how I started, man. And I would just hang out, see what was going on, and peep the vibes. And at the time, I think Dallas, he was dealing with TLC, and he was dealing with a group that he had called Vega. And my group in Vega was real close. You know what I'm saying? Like Vega used to go do shows, but my group would sit there and watch Vega do the shows. But we wanted to be a part of the show, but we never were. We were the group that y'all never heard about, right? But when I tell you the records were fire, they were fire. We just never had the opportunity to come out. So, I ended up transitioning from the group to transitioning to, all right, man, I got to figure something out because this is what
So
I'm supposed to do.
So
yeah.
what was those early days of hip hop? That's a question for both of you guys. Y'all can take turns, whoever want to go first. But what was those early fresh days coming up, hearing, Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five and Rakim and I mean, what record was like, this is like hip hop is on the map?
You want to do D or you want me to go?
Go ahead, brother.
All right. So you talking about early days, but I'll tell you this. I'm gonna tell you this. Like I respect Rakim, Grandmaster Flash, all the hip hop stuff, but for me, I'm gonna just speak for me. I was a big Das Effects fan.
Daz Effects. I love Daz Effects, man.
That's when it came about for me. Like a lot of people like Wu Tang and Rakim. I still got Rakim's records. You know what I'm saying? But for me, it was something about Das Effects for me that kind of just switched it all up, right? So I would say for me, I would say Das Effects, and then I would turn around and say on the West Coast, what's your boys, man? The
NWA.
no, this is how we chill from 93 till. You know what I'm talking about?
What song?
This is how we chill from 93 till. This is how we chill. It's a Black Moon, not Black Moon. Most them boys, man.
Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah,
Hold on.
they from the
Hold
West,
on.
but for me, that's what changed my whole process on hip hop, man. Like Das Effects, um, I can't think of that group, and then of course the other group from the West Coast.
Okay. Souls of Mischief.
Souls of Mischief, Das Effects, uh, and then I would say, of course, Funk Dubious. A lot of people don't know about them.
Yeah.
Uh, and it's one more group. She keeps on passing me by. You know what I'm talking about? Come
Oh
on,
yeah.
y'all on the West Coast now.
Far Side.
Far Side.
Okay, there we go. The Far Side.
My top four. They're my top four.
I
Yeah.
know those records,
I'm
but
from
I'm gonna
Georgia.
be honest. Hey, when I was a kid, my favorite was the Dog Pound, Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, anything that was Death Row,
Yeah,
Tupac.
you West Coast.
I was just in it. Like you couldn't make me listen to nothing else.
Yeah, you West Coast though, right?
Yeah,
But listen to a cat from Atlanta talk about West Coast
how his
artists,
impact, right?
New York artists, right? It
Yep.
wasn't for me. It wasn't until like 93, 94 when I really started messing with the South. Like I was always like in the South, UGK, Outcast, and all that. But my homeboy put me on Outcast. It was 92, 93. And then Goody Mob came out that. So I was already messing with them when I heard them. But
Yep.
before that, when it came to like BET and all that, it was always West Coast and East Coast. So that's how I grew up, right?
I'm gonna say this for the West Coast,
Yeah.
Southern Playalistic went crazy.
Oh yeah, it
Slamming
was crazy.
Cadillac Doors. We were in elementary school talking about slamming Cadillac Doors.
Yeah, but we didn't have that back then. But what I'm saying is, when I was growing up, when I get home from school, when I cut on the TV to watch BET, right? All we saw on TV was West Coast and East Coast.
Okay.
We didn't really have like you had like Tila, you had UGK and stuff like that, but we didn't really know too much. I'm from the South, but from the South, we didn't know too much about what was going on down here unless you were down here. You know what I mean?
Right.
So we knew, but they weren't on BET like that.
Mm.
They weren't playing those records on BET. So you heard on the radio, but you didn't see it on TV. So for me to cut the television on, I'm looking at Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, and I'm looking at Wu Tang and all these other people. Down south, it wasn't until Outkast that changed the game down here. But you had like other cats from the south, you know what I'm saying, that were doing their thing,
Right.
but we rarely saw them on television. That's what I'm saying. So for me being from the south, I grew up on West Coast and East Coast music, but I was also listening to South music too. So I'm a combination of all three. You know what I mean? And that's how you know what I mean.
What about you, Drum?
Man, like I said, it was everybody for me because the great thing about then is everybody didn't do the same music.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody did something completely different. It's like every artist had their own genre of hip hop. So I elevated towards like all of them, from Kwame to Big Daddy Kane to Eric Sermon and to EPMD to like DOS Effects, of course. You know what I mean? Like with the Bomb Stiggity, they the first one that came out with the speed and the intellect. You know what I'm saying? Flipping words. Yeah, man, came out with that. You know what I mean? So it was a lot. And then I got into a lot of the storytelling with your boy Slick Rick and a lot of
One of my favorites, man. I think Slick is probably one of the most underrated rappers in the game.
yeah,
Even
man.
though he gets a lot of his flowers, he should get a lot more.
Right. It was just beautiful then, man, because you had a buffet of hip hop. It wasn't just like all salad and chicken. That's it. Like today, it's just all salad and chicken. You don't get nothing else.
I don't think I
It
don't
was
think so.
buffet
I think it's a lot of underrated people who make a lot of great music who we
that
just
we
haven't
don't
heard
hear.
yet.
Yeah, that we don't hear. I know. I've heard a lot of it myself. On the internet, I see artists on social media. I see, and I'm like, bro, what's up? Like, play some of that. Like, let's spread this thing out. Like, we need more than one or two ingredients in hip hop, and it's
Why do
so
you guys think it's
so
like that? Why do y'all think it's like that?
it's cha-ching and a movement.
I'm gonna tell y'all my idea of what I think this game is like. It's like this. It looks like anybody can have talent and charisma or anything, and they can get in and they can make it and they can do it. But that's not a true factor. People are chosen and picked, and the only ones that really are making it are the ones that they want. And
Exactly,
so, yeah.
exactly. So only a few controls the narrative of what happened, and
Well,
that's
but
the
up until now, though, see now they can't control who gets in. They can't control it because now everything is up to you. You can build your own platform like I'm doing right here with the news you can use every day at
you
10
can take
o'clock.
control. You can take control. You can definitely take control as long as you build it up right and you stick to it and you make it happen. But
Yes, sir.
when you think about today's artists, when you think about who are the mainstream popular blah blah blah, you know what I'm saying? What we had was, the main guy on TV or in videos and this, that, and the third. You have to know it's all like catered, it's all fixed, it's all this is what we're going to give you this year, and everybody else do your own thing. You know what I mean? It's never been so controlled and narrated like that. Hip hop's not supposed to be that. Hip hop is a true expression. That's why I don't even really like calling it hip hop. To me, it's just like rap music because
I want to ask y'all a question. So
hip
when
hop
you
is like
guys
art.
when you
Hip
guys
hop
were
is like
younger,
no
right?
two painters painting the same picture. Put it like that.
When you guys were younger, y'all seen hip hop on the street corners. You seen it on TV. You seen it with clothing. Do you guys still see hip hop now today when you
No,
go outside?
no.
No,
I see a carbon copy of it, but I don't see it. Anything that's been here on Earth is still gonna come back around. Like you'll the older you
never,
live, the older you get, you'll start seeing stuff. You be like, oh, I remember that. Oh, y'all
never,
doing that again? You know what I mean? So, but no, I
never.
don't see it. The way it was back then was organic. What's going on now is ripping the fabric of the organic part of it out of it. So it's like a repetitive thing these days, and it's becoming saturated because of that. Like
Right.
people will add on to what the organic was back then, but it's been a continuous thing of just saturation, man. So no, I don't I see it, but I don't pay attention to it. It's like for me, I could go back right now. Like if I wanna, I was talking to my homeboy yesterday, right? We were talking about old clothing from back then, like Echo and all these, you know what I mean? I'll go back and buy the jacket or I'll get the shirt or something like that. Just because like I remember how uh, uh, um, natural and organic it was, how pure it was back then. So I'm still gonna buy it. You know what I mean? And I'm still gonna rep it. I don't care what y'all think. I'll get Nautica. I'll get everything I grew up with. Just the fact that everything was smooth back then. But it's not anymore. You know what I mean? It's not anymore. And starter jackets and all that. But I think people kind of just take it from what they saw back then and they're trying to replicate it, but it's never going to be the same. Back then with hip hop and how it changed the game, there was a nostalgia about it that no longer exists. Only because everybody today is not about the nostalgia. It's about what's trending. So that's what they're gonna move with. And that's what makes it unpure. I'm moving with it because my homeboy said about this. Now, oh yeah, I heard about that. So they're gonna, but it's not what it once was, man. And it'll never get back to that. And that's even with hip hop, period. With music, it'll never get back to what it once was. If you go back and look at Rakim and you go back and look at everybody in hip hop back in them days, man, when music was music. As an artist, right? As an artist for you in hip hop, what makes you different from the next artist? What makes Surf God different from the next artist? Out to date, you know what I mean? It's about what you represent that's pure.
I think it's
Hip
my
hop,
love for the
the
music.
saturation of it. You know what I mean? So that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm
I
saying.
think what separate me from the next artist is that I actually love the music,
Mhm.
and every day I'm growing. So every day I'm loving the music and I'm growing as an artist, and I'm willing to grow. So I'm not willing to stay in one box. I'm not willing to stay with one thing, and I'm gonna create my own wave every time I do it. Every time I get on this microphone, my thing is let's create something new. Let's make a new sound. Let's make a new rap pattern. Let's try something new.
Look, y'all are more hip hop. I mean, I grew up on hip hop before I even became an R&B. Actually, no, I'm lying. I'm both. My dad had the 45s and the 35 records, man. The Dales, Temptations, Whispers, all that stuff. So I grew up on that first. But I'm the cat as a kid that would grab these 45 to 35 records, right?
Hmm.
I would put the record on, hit play. But guess what I'm doing after that? And even I did the same thing, D, with the cassette tapes and the CDs. Guess what I'm doing? I'm looking at the back of the album, right?
Hmm.
I'm opening up the cassette where the paper's at. I'm reading who produced it and who wrote it. I was doing that as a young kid. Who the hell are these niggas?
Right.
And
Right.
how can I get my name on this? That's
Right.
what started me. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That's what started me, man.
So that writer in you been there the whole time.
The whole time, man. And I mean, I didn't know that, but I always was interested in knowing like who wrote, who produced, who did the arrangements, this, that, and the third. I always read that. How did they do it? I'm young. I don't even know the game in the music. I don't know the music game at this time. I'm 9, 10 years old, but I'm reading and I'm figuring out what's going on with the music. That's what was important to me. And that to me is what's pure. If you grow up like that or you learn like that and you're able to translate that purity into your music because it's natural, it comes natural to you. That's what makes you. That's what makes music. That's what makes an artist. That's what makes a writer a writer and a producer a producer.
I'm gonna tell y'all how I got into doing music. I've always loved music, but I've never thought about being an artist or a rapper or none of that. But we used to freestyle. You boys get together, y'all chilling, doing y'all thing, and we doing a little freestyle. And I would never be scared to spit my little freestyle. You know what I'm saying? I would do my freestyle. And it got to a point where when I start hanging around people, they would always ask me to freestyle. Like, man, you dope. Why don't you freestyle? I'm like, you want me to rap? And I'm like, we doing stuff in the streets. We in the streets. We doing, that type of stuff. When nobody I knew or hung around or even seen in a studio with an instrument or who took rap serious when I was growing up. I'm probably the first to ever do it in my neighborhood to like on a big scale, other than Coolio and whoever, Coolio grew up in my neighborhood. I grew up seeing Coolio, but I wasn't inspired by that. I think my dad inspired me. My dad, he
Coolio
could
was
have had, he did his thing. He was doing shows on like HBO and at the House of Blues, and it could have worked out for him, but he would go back and forth to jail, so he never stayed out long enough to really pursue his career. He was 1 foot in, 1 foot out, and so was I. But that went from my cousin being around one day and hearing me freestyle, and he like, man, I don't know what's telling me to take you to the studio, but I think you could do this. And he introduced me to this guy right here on my left side, Lyndrum.
mm,
And ever since then, man, it's been a great journey. And it always been for the love of music.
yeah. Coolio was hard, man, and that's another artist I listened to growing up. I bought that album. I remember when I bought the cassette album, man. And
Yep, RP my big homie, man. That's the OG homie. We got other people in the music business and in movies and stuff from my neighborhood. And I'm gonna try to get them on the podcast
but
so they
that's
could
people, man. Like I'm from Atlanta, bro. Like I'm different. Like I grew up different, and like I told you, like I grew up on West Coast music and East Coast music before I even grew up on South music, which is crazy to me, right? To me, when I'm saying this to you, I'm thinking about it myself. I grew up on West Coast and East Coast music before I knew anything about South music. And that's crazy. But you have to be that way, I think. Like when it comes to music, you want to learn everything. You want to hear everything. I don't care if it comes from England, right? You want to hear all kind of music because that's going to shape who you are as an artist and as a writer and as a producer. It'll shape your ears, man. It'll shape your writing abilities. It's going to shape you, period. So, yeah, I started off listening to West Coast and East Coast, man, before I even heard the South. And I'm from the South, before I even listened to the South music. So, but Kilo and all them, I still grew up on all that too. You know what I'm saying? Don't get it twisted. I'm still South to this day, but I'm North, South, East, and West. You know what I'm saying? So that's
Yeah.
who I am. That's who I am. That's
So
what
how do both of y'all feel about music today? Like, what do y'all think about the artists today, the
I don't.
music today? Do you think it's about the music or the popularity or the drama? What do you think?
I think it's about the money. I think it's about the money. I don't like it because I grew up in an era about taking your time to get it right. Right? It takes time to get right music, good music, real music. I grew up in that era. I'm not about rushing and pushing stuff out. I know, I was talking to somebody today about this. Like, we live in a microwave era. We live in a microwave era where everything is like boom, immediate, and it's got to be this, that, this, that, this, that. We gotta put it out. We gotta put it out. We gotta put it out. No, you got to focus, man, and take your time to develop something really real and natural. If you don't do that, of course you're gonna follow suit with what everybody else is doing, and it might work. It might
Right.
work, but the problem is, are you creating something classic? Or are you creating something immediate? Because if you get the money real quick and it's something immediate, it's gonna that money's gonna be gone. If you create something classic, you have made yourself known in this world to become a legacy, not just for you, but for everybody else behind you, after you. So that's what it's about for me. I don't want to do anything rushed. I want to take my time and build and really go back to what it was, to where we were really taking our time and writing these records, man. Like I know it takes time. Being creative takes time. Being really creative takes time. But if we develop that, if we go back to develop that sense of patience, you know what I'm saying? We can do something way bigger than what we're doing right now. And we can really make real music, great music than what we're doing right now. Everything right now is a rush because everybody wants to eat right now. And I get it. I get it. But that money's going to come when you do what you're supposed to do and how you're supposed to do it. It'll be there. So why can't we just get back to focusing on making great music? And I look, even for me, I hate to say it, but fuck the money right now. Let's focus on the creativity. That money is going to be there. It ain't going nowhere. Let's focus on the creativity, man, and we can build from there. It'll come. They're going to fuck with you. If they don't fuck with you now, they won't fuck with you later. But they're going to fuck with you.
They're going to fuck with you one way or another, right?
One way or another. But they're going to fuck with you because you are bringing them something that they can't refuse. Why? Because you took the time to do it. You didn't rush it. So
yeah, I don't mind like where everything is at. Like I don't mind the fact that okay, let's just bug out, let's just go crazy, let's just be wild, let's just act a fool for a little bit, you know what I mean? But not let's transform into that. Like that's our whole ideology now with hip hop. It's like if you're not talking crazy and acting a fool, your work is invalid. Like you're not a true hip hop artist, or it's almost dumbed it down to a point where if you ain't hurting somebody or drugging somebody or fighting or beefing with somebody, it's not a cool record. That to me is weird. And like I said, I like variety, and I think when you say the word hip hop, it means individual expression. You know what I mean? That's why back then it was like everybody had their own way of expressing themselves. Now it's like there's only one way to express hip hop, and if you're not saying that, then nobody wants to.
I think to
and
even
attention span is gone.
huh?
Attention span is gone. People don't like to listen to too many words. They want you to just keep repeating the same word over and over and over and over. Attention span is gone. Social media helped that vanish. I truly believe because it's swipe, swipe, swipe. Don't like it, go, 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 go. Everything is microwave, like you were saying earlier. Everything around us, all the new tools of today has changed the mindset. There's no way you can look at it and say that it hasn't, because it has. Everything from fashion, the way you live, what you listen to, everything's got to be go, 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 go right now, right now, right now. And that's just how it is. So if you don't do what they want, they're not going to take time to listen.
Man, even to add on to what you're saying, man, hip hop came about in an era that, I mean, for me growing up listening to it, right? It was nostalgic, man. It made sense.
Yeah.
They were trying to get out of the hood. They were trying to talk about what they went through. But that whole vibe.
Yeah. They even though they talk about, they say, I'm just rapping about what I see every day. Even though they were talking about what they see every day, they were also talking about how to get out of it and how to avoid it, how to change. You know what I mean?
So how do y'all feel like music went from
the whole thing? I gotta cut you off, man. Well, what I'm saying is the whole thing about hip hop and R&B, right? It was magical.
Yeah.
We did stuff. I'm sorry, y'all. We did stuff when it came to music, man. That was magical back then. We created magic. Now, when you hear music these days, there's no magic in it. There's no seasoning on it. It's just, hey, man, here's a burger. I'm gonna take it out of the wrapper, put it in the microwave real quick, and then boom, you got a meal. That's what it is now. There's no magic behind creating. It's all just simplistic, and here you go.
I understand what you're saying.
You know what I mean? So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it.
yeah. So how do y'all feel like music went from being like that to now it's about the ops and I'm gonna shoot up the block and it's like it sounds like lynching. Like, instead of
Yeah, yeah.
if I
Okay,
catch you in this neighborhood, I'm gonna get
There's
you.
no rules no more. I mean, music ain't never had rules.
man. You know what? Everything that used to be against the black community don't even have to exist anymore because now it's almost like self-destruction. Like the song said long time ago. It's an actual reality now. Like I could say, I like Surf God, but I don't really like his last album. And that means me and you gotta shoot at each other now because I voiced an opinion about something I didn't like or this, that, and the third. You know what I mean? It's all about that. And that was like I said, like going back to that from the past, there was so many artists doing so much beautiful art. I could pick who I wanted to listen to that day based on my vibe, and it was still great hip hop, and it was still top on the top charts. It was still everywhere. So you got to choose. Now it's so force fed. You have, and it's hypocritical because a lot of it you wouldn't let your child hear. You wouldn't let your grandparents listen to it. You wouldn't play it at certain events with family members. Some of it, you know what I'm saying? It's like you. That's not that to me. That's if you know you have to do that, then you already know it's not something that should be feeding the souls of many people one way.
I
There
think
is no other outlets like for people to hear some cool music. Now, are there other artists out there? Yeah, but they never get a shot. They never get brought to the mainstream because they're not talking about hurting or killing people enough. And that to me is weird, bro. Like there's no other race of music that anybody else listen to that's constantly talking about destroying themselves. You don't find that in any other culture.
yeah, I think outside of what you're saying, D, and I agree with you, man. I just think that there's no union in the music game, right?
Hey, give me a sec.
And we're not vetting who comes into it because there's no rules to the game. Anybody can come in now, right? And now, with that being said, the record labels are on some stuff where they say it went from them developing artists in house to not doing it no more. So now it's about how many followers you got, this, that, and the third. It's not about them doing artist development, man.
That's why I asked you.
I said it like,
Is it about how popular you are now, or is it about how talented you are?
nah, yeah, talent has nothing to do with it no more. I think that it's about how silly can you be to get popular? Can you go viral? That's what's important these days, man. That's all that matters these days. So yeah, talent has nothing to do with it no more.
Talent has nothing to do with it.
Nothing to do with it. Because even and I even hate to say this, man. I rock with the dude, and I respect him for what he did because he put eyes on him. Ice JJ Fish can't sing worth a damn, but he made it happen. He did his thing. And if you go like, for instance, I can put my music, I can put my music on Spotify, and then I go to Ice JJ Fish's Spotify. I say, damn, this motherfucker got 1 million fucking listeners, right? Because he went viral and he got his eyes, you know what I'm saying? Well, those people eyes was on him. So he got a lot of views from that. But I can put my music on Spotify. Don't nobody know who the hell I am. If they do, they've been rocking with me for years. And I thank those that have been doing that. But I sound way better than Ice JJ Fish. It's just the difference is he went viral and people are messing with him. No matter how he sounds, they still rocking with him. So that's what it's about, man. Like you said, it's not about talent no more. It's just about, can you be seen? When can you be seen? And if you can be seen when you can be seen, then you don't make it. So
Right.
that's all it's about. That's what it's about. Yeah, that's all it's about.
Yep. So when it comes to music, what are y'all listening to that's new? Like who's a new artist that popped off recently that you feel like
Oh, nigga.
is it?
Oh, nigga. What's my boy name, man? Oh shit, man, you messed me up with that question, man. I know,
What
right?
about you, Drum? What do you think? What's some new music? You know, the news that you can use that you think that people should go listen to.
Oh man, I'm really feeling that D1. I'm really
D1.
I'm really feeling that Surf God Light project coming up. Like, I just want some food, man. I want some, some lyrics that, like, I want to listen to a record, every now and then, that when I by the time I'm done listening to it, I learned something, or it gave me some food to take with me to do something better tomorrow, or to feel different about all the craziness that's going on. You know what I mean? Like, we don't, and I'm not knocking anything that these kids are being blessed on. God bless them. You know what I mean? But I'm
Facts.
saying, in everything we need variety. You know what I mean? Not everybody like the same food, the same drink, the same this or that. So that I want everything to be like that. You know what I mean? Like, definitely the music and what I want to take in as an individual. So for the most part, certain people don't even really vibe or listen to anything that much. I feel like, when I
Uh,
go,
I'm gonna say this. Yeah, I fuck with Surf God, so I'm gonna say that first and foremost. Uh, but the other artist I'm fucking
Yeah,
with,
you can join.
the other artist I'm really fucking with right now is Lucky Day, man. I rock with Lucky Day. He's a talented songwriter. He's a talented artist. Um, Outside of the hip hop genre, but when it comes to him as a writer, as an artist, and what he doing, Lucky Day is like the artist. Oh, Lucky Day. Excuse me. Surf God, Lucky Day, and October London. Then the people I'm messing with. So yeah.
I like October London, man. He's dope.
October London has taken Marvin Gaye and turned that shit into what it was supposed to have been, outside of what Robin Thicke was trying to do. You know what I mean? He tried to do it, but October London has just like, man, he on a whole other level. But yeah, Lucky Day, October London, Surf Guy, man.
I rock with a lot of cats, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't hear Dwale enough. I
Nah,
don't
Dwele,
hear
Dwele, no. I fuck with Dwele.
Yo,
Dwele chilling, man. He fresh.
hey, fucked up.
Hey,
Mute
what
your
up?
mic. Mute your mic.
Oh, I,
All
hey,
right, we got my boy in here. We got an artist in here, man. One of the hottest artists out of Compton in here right now. I want to introduce yourself, Kesey, man. It's the news you can use, man.
what's the deal, man? Flydopekeese, man, out of Compton, man. Straight out the trenches. You hear me from nothing, man. You know, shit, just trying to make your way out of nothing, man. Just came from that place, prison, did time. Just came home, feeling like it's my time. They took so much from me, so I feel like it's my time to shine. And shit, right now, I'm grinding, man. I'm grinding. I'm standing down for this come up, man. But yeah, Flydopekeese, you guys to look me up, man. What's his name?
I've
Like,
been seeing you, man. I seen you did a show the other day. You've been doing shows left and right, man. Tell the people about the shows.
yeah, yeah, you know what it is. It's all about, man, the confidence. You gotta have it and feel it. I feel like I got that bitch all the way. You hear me? So I'm linking up with certain peoples and they feeling the nigga energy because the nigga coming and the nigga demanding it. Like shit, I don't give a fuck how they feel, what's going on. Like, I just been leading my way in the door. So I've been reaching out. They been respecting it and they been letting me shine, man. So I've been doing shows low key back to back. I just did one yesterday the other day, yesterday, man, rocked out, man. GTD, man. Shout out to GTD, man. Get the dough, you feel me? Then I
Yep.
got
Shout out
one.
to GTD.
Yeah, GTD, get the dough. I got one coming up on the 15th, So it's on. It's a movie now. You feel me?
Yep.
Yeah, I did. I just did some shit with 310 baby, like a month ago. Went crazy with him in the club. Did some shit with him. So I'm just building and steady climbing. I ain't even excited yet. You hear me?
I'm proud of you, man. You know, a lot of people that
Yeah.
get out and they don't have that focus and that drive. I know you personally. You always had that focus and that drive. You always been a loyal supporter of me. So I'm
Yeah.
definitely gonna loyally support you. any platform I got or anything I got going. Let me introduce the people I got on here with me. I got
Yeah,
Lyndrum Productions. He was with Blackstreet. He was with Babyface. He's a platinum producer. I got TMichaels right here, platinum producer. Name an artist. They both didn't dealt with him. So you
yeah,
you got
yeah.
some eyes on you. You can conversate with them. Y'all can
So
ask some questions, Drum or T Mike.
nice to
He's a
meet
new
y'all. Nice to
artist.
meet y'all, man. For sure, man. Shout out to the
Salute,
grind. You
young
hear me?
king. Salute,
Yes,
young
sir.
king.
I was just telling man, I fuck with the West Coast, bro. I fuck with the
Yeah,
West Coast.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey,
So,
and the
Music
crazy
is
thing about
music to
it,
me, man. You know what I mean? It don't matter where you come from, bro. Music is all translative, man. It's all relative. You feel me? So,
exactly. I'm down with it.
oh, you pause. I think you
had it
pause.
last night. Tell me last
Yeah,
night, man, you
man.
different, man. It's a lot of niggas out here trying to be a certain way. He like, man, you just who you are. Like, you just come with a different type of spirit. He said, you the next hot thing out of your city. They don't even know it. I said, shit, they don't know it, but I knew it. Feel me? So it's like, shit, man. A nigga really like love that shit. That's what I'm saying. You know me, surf guy. You know we come up since we was young, man. Coming from nothing and just trying to make a way and living in a way where it made us who we is today. You feel me? So, so just come from where we come from. I feel like I ain't got no choice but to make it for us. Like this, what I do it for.
Right,
Fact.
right. So
And
what,
we
Yeah,
what what type of style you on? If you ever looking for some, for something different, something off the wall, hit me up.
yeah. You say if I'm looking for something different off the wall.
Yeah, as far as production, creating, all of that. You know what I mean? Trying to make big music for big stages.
Yeah. No, most definitely. I gotta link up with you, and we for sure could do something and figure it out though. Cause that's what it's about. It's about building. You feel me? I ain't gonna even lie. I
Absolutely.
ain't even gonna cap, man. I just got out of prison from doing like 14 years. Since I was a young nigga. I was a kid, man. So I did
Yeah.
so much time, man. I was just in there locked down. I've been out like 10 months now. And I just been going head first, feet to the ground, no laces on, running to that shit. You hear me? So
I hear that. I hear
yeah.
that.
So for sure we can link up and do something though, cause I want to just see if I can link up with all the good people, man, around the world and try to make a hit and make a billion in this bitch.
right, we worldwide with it, man. These my mans, man, from Atlanta
For sure.
all the way to Compton. We've been doing this forever. This guy on the left side of me right here. I've been working with him since you went to prison back when you was nigga, let me get in the studio. Like this one of
Yeah,
my
yeah,
young dudes that was like, nigga, I got it. I came with the 8 block hootie hoo, and I had this
yeah,
shit on lock
yeah.
for a little minute. And niggas was like, you gotta put me on. And he was right, he was up next. And a lot of people got locked up and did time, but we still
Yeah.
gonna keep this rock. Ain't nothing stop. We still at it. You know what I'm
And
saying?
that's why it's gonna happen. And that's why it's gonna happen. It's gonna keep happening. Just for the simple fact a nigga been grinding way back then, nigga still grinding. See, they don't got no choice but to let a nigga in that bitch. You hear me?
Yes, sir.
Ah,
Yes,
that's
sir.
right. That's
And
right.
we kicking the doors down from every angle. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, I felt like, don't get me wrong, I felt like shit. I feel like they owe me this, like, just based on me being a good nigga and me going through all the pain I've been through. I feel like they owe me this. I didn't supposed to go through it. You hear me? I just
Yeah.
went through it because I guess I was just one of the chosen one, but I ain't supposed to go through that. I was of a pure type nigga to go through bad. That much bad. I ain't gonna say bad, but that much bad. So I feel like all this shit, like nigga deserve this shit. And I feel like as long as you grinding, I don't give a fuck who you is. As long as you grinding, you could be anybody in the world. As long as you grinding, you gonna get to where you wanna go. You just gotta keep grinding. I swear.
Yes, sir.
Hey,
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
to add on to what he's saying, man, I'm gonna tell him this, man. I know we don't know each other, bro. I'm listening to your story, and I respect what you're talking about. But you said that you feel like they owe you this. No, you
I,
owe you this.
on God,
You
on
owe
God,
you. You know what I'm
on God.
saying?
No, real talk,
Yeah,
real talk. You said it the best way. No, real talk. You said it the best
Yeah.
way.
you're right. You're right about that, G. Yep.
You
You
owe
owe
And that's what
yourself.
store. Hey, that's what started at though. That's why it's gonna come
Yeah,
out to be so much like so amazing because it
right.
started with me. You feel me?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. Sure.
Absolutely.
I'm just happy to be here, man. I don't give a fuck how I'm here, when I'm here. I'm just happy to be here. You hear me?
Man, that's a great way to look at it. I like to tell people all the time, Sometimes you got to get it wrong to get it right. Otherwise,
You got to.
you wouldn't know the difference. So I salute you and I appreciate your grind. And like I said,
Appreciate
you
it,
rocking with
man.
Surf, you rocking
Yeah,
with
no,
Surf,
that's it.
rocking
It's
with
good
you.
to meet y'all, though, for sure. It's good to meet y'all, man, and we can just hopefully we can keep building with each other and keep on doing it, man, in a major way.
That's right. It's all
And
coming.
that's some news you can
Hey,
use.
look here, bro. Like I said, I don't know you from Adam, man, but I'm gonna say this, man. What God got for you, He got for you.
Straight up.
I mean, that's all it is, man.
Yeah.
That's
I
all
know
it's
it.
about.
I know what he got for me. I feel that shit in my soul.
Yes, sir.
Hey, as long as you
And
feel
that's some news you can use right there.
Hey, you heard me? I feel that bitch. Hey, I feel that bitch in my heart, man. I swear to God.
listen,
I know
but
he got number success for a nigga. I'm just waiting
what
till
it takes.
he ready to give it to me.
That's
Kesey, and I'm gonna tell you right now, look, my
you got
platform
your
is your platform.
That's what it takes for you to make it. If you hold on to that, bro,
Gotta
sky's
have that fire, boy. You gotta have
the limit.
Yeah.
Keep holding on to that shit, bro. You know what I mean? I've
And
been there.
look,
I went from sleeping on couches, sleeping on floors, getting
Yeah.
locked up, and all that shit. That's what it takes, though, for you to hold on to that shit, bro. If you
Rest
really
in.
believe in you, it don't matter what everybody else gotta say. It don't matter what everybody else feel. They hate what you doing. Fuck all them, dog. It's about how you feel about it
Right.
and how you gonna hold on to it, bro. That's what it's about.
I'm tired of feeling and worrying about how everybody else feeling. I feel like fuck them now. I've been niggas that even try to hold on to everybody else and get everybody, you feel me, and make
hey
everybody else
Kesey,
happy. I
hey
ain't never
Kesey,
happy. I'm
hey
tired of that.
Kesey,
That's on my mouth.
Kesey, let them know. I said fuck it how many years ago? I always did what I wanted to do. Couldn't nobody ever tell me nothing, man. They couldn't tell me shit. And I always did what I wanted to do. And I'm happy you see things that
Yeah.
way. You know what
And
I'm saying?
that's why I always like had a stronger like bond with you from day one, just for the simple fact you always did what you wanted to do outside of what everybody else is doing. We always doing one thing, you was doing the opposite. You feel me?
Here's the cheat
Facts.
code. Here's a cheat code to being successful. I'm gonna give you the cheat code. You want to know what the cheat code is?
Facts.
What's the cheat code though? Give it to me.
Fuck everybody else. Go against the grain and believe in what the fuck you trying to do.
Oh
Facts.
God. Straight up.
And that's some news you can use right there,
What?
baby.
That's a dude you can motherfucking use right now
Right
this day
there.
on this
Yeah.
cold weather out here in this Cali weather. You heard me out here in this Compton.
I'm gonna let you know, man. My platform is your platform, and anytime I got anything going on or anything with any kind of people,
So
I'ma always let you. Hey, man, jump on, jump in. I don't care if you're in traffic. I don't care if you're in the
right.
bathroom. Jump in, and have a conversation with these people because you a level-headed person who,
Yeah.
these people glorify people that's lying on these tracks.
Yeah,
We
they
really was
playing.
outside doing what we say we was doing, and they don't gotta believe it or not. But now I'm making music about God. You singing to girls. You trying to get party records. We don't glorify none of it. But the ones who ain't really ever did anything, them the ones talking about yap 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 this that. And I think that's wrong to lead these young people to
Yeah.
think that's cool.
It's super wrong because a nigga really didn't watch people die for this shit and really watch people that go through hell for this shit. I come from the shit where nigga ain't have a choice. If I had a choice to be different, fuck you think I'd be this? Never. I would have been a different nigga in NFL somewhere with success on my shoulder way long time ago with the white folks. But guess what? I ain't had no choice. The streets choose a nigga. This where a nigga grew up at. Nigga ain't had no money to go nowhere else. Nigga ain't had no money to do this. Nigga came from the trenches. Well, we jacking and robbing and stealing to make it happen. So, like at the end of the day, for a nigga to like the play like it's one way and it ain't that, man, y'all clowns. Cause a nigga really don't even want to be like this. You hear me?
right,
And
right.
and that's the opposite for these kids. These kids grow up in good neighborhoods. They got
Exactly.
good parents, and they out here fronting. They like Clarence off of Eminem. Remember the Eminem? Clarence got some real
I was
good
just about to
parents.
say that shit. You got good parents, big Clarence.
Oh God, Clown really good prayer. That's hard, and that's hard on everything. Yeah, they and that's why
Hey,
I'm
but
trying
look
to
though,
figure.
man. Look here, bro. I've been doing this shit since I was a little kid, man. I've been grinding since I was a kid, man. I'm still grinding. You know what I'm saying? I'm still building. I ain't got where I wanted to be yet, right?
Yeah,
But
most definitely.
like I said, that focus and that hunger you got in you, man. Keep that shit with you because that's gonna keep you moving forward, bro. You cannot move the way you want to move if you don't have that hunger. You got to keep that same lion spirit in you, man. If you don't have it, you ain't gonna get where you want to get, right?
Real
You
shit, real
gotta
shit.
keep that shit moving, bro. You gotta stay with that same hunger. That's
No,
what's
real
gonna
shit.
get you where you need to be. It's gonna
No,
transition you in your life to get to where you want to be at, man. I'm telling you. And it might be, look, it might be it might be small baby steps, but those small baby steps is what's really gonna make you get to those big steps to where you to them coliseums. You know what I'm saying? Them small steps will get you to that coliseum, bro. I swear to God, man. Just keep doing what you've been doing and keep that hunger, bro. I'm
yeah,
telling you.
straight
I
up.
know that's
No,
for a
real.
fact.
Yeah, appreciate that. No, appreciate that. Facts though, appreciate that. And the nigga be had to get reminded sometimes, man, cause not the hunger, cause that just come without saying. That's gonna stay in the nigga, but nigga be had to get reminded to stay focused and stay at it, like. But the hunger
Sure,
gonna stay in that nigga based on who a nigga is. You feel what I'm
sure.
saying? And what I want in life for myself, like shit. At the end of the day, but no cap though, real shit though, and basically. That's why a nigga really want to do this shit at the end of the day too. A nigga be want to like, I be want to go talk to the kids. Like I be want to go like be the motivated speaker and show them like
Somebody
the
say,
way that they don't show that ain't never the way to go. That ain't never
Hey
go the
Keith,
way I
look,
way
no,
that
the
was
way
that
I ain't
was
had
my
we
to.
don't
whole purpose.
what we don't do as black men, right? We
That's
all of
what
us
I really want to do.
listen, all of us right here on this conversation right now, are black men, right? The
Yeah,
one thing we don't do, I don't care where your background is from. I don't care what you went through. I don't care what you've been through. I don't care what you've done in your past and what you're trying to do in your present and your future. But the one thing that we don't do is uplift each other. We
yeah,
don't do that.
yeah.
But
We do
when
though.
you
Wait,
do
wait,
that,
wait.
it comes to
Wait.
us on
But
social media.
because we
Hold
so
up. Let me tell
judgmental,
y'all
Us
this.
on
Let me
social
tell y'all
media
this.
to do it
We
for real.
do. We do, but only the real ones gonna
But it's
support.
slighted though. It's not.
Only the
yeah,
real
yeah,
ones gonna
yeah,
support. Let me tell you,
We
T.
all need it, bro.
T, I told you
yeah,
a story
yeah.
earlier. I told you a story earlier. Everybody was jacking, robbing, and doing their thing.
Yeah,
I probably was hustling and selling my little nickel bags or something like that.
I
But
got you.
he'll tell you, I was the only one that ever rapped. I'm the
Yeah.
only one that thought about being a rapper. And
Okay,
once I did it, and it kind of looked successful and good and nice,
right.
everybody wanted to do it. Am I lying?
Okay.
Yeah, no, real shit. No, you
That's
right.
fact.
But look though, what I'm saying to you is,
And it's like 2008,
but what I'm saying
2007,
to you is, I'm over here, right? I'm here in Atlanta. Y'all on the
Yeah.
West Coast, right? We don't know each other in that way. But if I see you at a grocery store, I see you on the street, I see you somewhere at a gas station. I'm not saying, hey, how y'all doing? You good? What's going on? We don't uplift each other.
No,
We
you
don't
right.
Hey,
Hey,
look,
no,
T,
all
T,
no,
going
look.
because I started
we all
rapping,
going through things
because I
though.
started rapping, it's about 13 rappers in my hood now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Since I started rapping, boy,
You
everybody had to come.
bought
If
you
he could,
bought it to the
they looked at
table.
me like, they
The
said, if
model,
he could do it,
but
I
look,
could do it.
sir,
And
the
some of
model,
them have done better than me and
but
gonna be
look,
bigger
sir,
than
Hey,
me.
no, sir,
but
And
look,
you
look,
gonna
no.
be bigger than me.
look,
Hey,
sir,
sir.
look,
No,
sir.
look, sir.
I'm
You
gonna tell
right.
you
You
what
right
fucks us
about.
up. Here's the motto, sir. What
Let
fucks
him tell.
us
Let
up.
him tell a story because I want this story to be
Before you
told.
do that, I'm just say this. Here's the motto that fucks us up, right, sir? No new friends. That's what fucks us up. No new friends. So if I pass you at a grocery store, I pass you at a gas station, I pass you somewhere, you ain't gonna speak to me or find out how I'm doing. We don't talk to each other.
I do.
As men, we gotta have
That's
it.
how I know y'all.
I get it. But as
That's
men,
how
we
I know
gotta have
y'all.
the convo. We
I've
need
been that guy.
we
Like my
need
guy will tell you when
We
everybody
need
else was
we
acting this kind of
need more
everybody bougie and this
amongst
no, not me, not Surf.
we
Yeah.
need these
You
Surf
right
go get
combos.
about that.
outside.
Facts.
These combos though, bro.
Surf go get outside and meet some people.
This is how we build though. We need these conversations, man. We gotta
yeah,
talk to each
we
other
definitely
and
we
not be
definitely
afraid
more
to talk
black men
to
need
each
to
other,
check
bro.
on each other. Yeah, for
Yes,
real.
sir. We gotta have these combos.
Hey, no, look, no, look. Let me tell you one thing though. Look, you Surf. You right. You right. You right. He right as well because at the end of the day, Surf, you did it and they seen it. But you like one of a kind. So at the end of the day, you being one of a kind, you being who you is, that's just how I go. So people gonna feed off your energy and feed off the love you dishing out without you even dishing it out, just the energy you showing. You see what I'm saying? But then you got a lot of people, majority of people in the world, they like black people that say exact. You feel me? Like African American, like we don't give a fuck about the next person because it's all about who better than who got more than who. You feel me?
Yep. You in a
So
competition when we all supposed to be running together.
that's why so
Man,
many niggas from the hoods. That's
we
why so many
always
niggas from the
against each
hoods, from
other.
the trenches,
Competing with each
really
other.
like.
We shouldn't be. We should be working together to build instead of
And that's
competing
why
with each
so many niggas from the hood in the trenches really killing each other and going to war over nothing based on, man, niggas want to be better than they. You got more money, nigga rob you for that shit. Like, that's how niggas looking at it, because it's like, fuck you, who is you? Whole time, though, they feel like you rob me, I'm going to kill you. I deserve that shit, bitch. What you talking about? But that's just how it go. Like, you feel me?
Right.
At,
Hey,
at the
can't
end of
no man stop what's coming to you and your
no,
blessings, man.
facts,
I'm a
facts,
testimony of
facts,
that. I'm not
facts,
gonna go away. You gonna have to
facts.
kill me because I'm gonna
That's
go for
facts.
my shit.
That's facts.
You gotta
That's
lay me
facts.
down then.
That's facts. No, that's facts right there. Hey, no, that's fact. Nigga can't stop none what God got in store. You heard what the nigga say? Can't stop none of your blessings.
And that's why I'm pushing the God so hard, because going through what we went through, it had to be God there for me for sure. Like, I done dodged bullets, I done been shot at, and nothing hit me. I'm like, God damn, nothing didn't hit a nigga. Okay, I'm outside every night. I'm on the block, nigga. Like, go home. What the fuck you?
Fuck
I'm the
you talking
nigga.
about?
I'm the
Nigga,
crazy
yeah.
nigga.
That's them
For me to be
trenches.
like this right now mean anybody could change.
What?
Anybody could do it, bro.
No, look, that's why I feel like we supposed to be in. That's why I feel like we gonna get wherever we wanna go in life, wherever we chasing, we gonna get there for the simple fact. We feel like a nigga's supposed to been gone. Nigga, how I'm here? Nigga made it? Okay, I know it's a blessing. Why? Okay, I've been through all the shit I've been through. Don't get me wrong, I've been through some shit. I've been through pain, I've been through hurt, I've been through a lot of shit. So I know, like, but at the end of the day, I know I just had to go through that to get to where I need to go because I'm still here today. You feel
So let
me?
me ask you
Right.
something, brother. Let me ask you something. What's the next move?
Shit, the next move, shit, success. I promise. That's the only right now. Success to the top. Ain't nothing gonna stop me.
What I heard from you is and the reason why I'm saying is because
Yeah.
I can't relate myself to you. I know you done been through some shit that I probably ain't even been through, right?
Right.
But I've been through some shit my damn self, right? So
No,
it's
most definitely.
this conversation. But the one thing you said was talking. You want to talk to these young guys, man. These
Yes,
young
sir.
kids, man. And I feel you on that, and I respect that. I respect the hell out of you for that shit because you got to teach the next generation what you learned and what to do and what not to do.
Yeah,
So
because you know why I feel like that? Because this place, what I went through really broke me. Like it ain't like it really broke me apart. Like
yeah,
I went in them jails and did time at 17 years old. Like I was
yeah,
17 when I went in. I don't even know if they could do that, but I went at 17 and I was
right.
like a kid. I was still a kid, so I went in there scared. I went in there feeling like I could make it, feeling like I can't make it, but just going through it for so many years as young, like growing up in there. It
Yeah,
broke a nigga and crushed a nigga to the point I kept telling myself, like, how a nigga gonna make it out of this bitch here? You hear me? How a nigga gonna get up out of it? So I'm saying to myself, I don't never want nobody to feel that pain, cause that's really like pain to the point a nigga feel like a nigga couldn't make it. Like I'm telling you, saying in my mind, how I'ma make it? That's what I'm asking myself. That's how hard it is. Once the nigga get to asking himself that, then you know it's real.
Yeah.
And you know what that came from? And I used to talk to you all the time. And I used to be telling you, Keith, come on,
Yeah. Oh
and
God.
Keith, because people want to fit in and want to feel loved and want that glorification where we come from and what we was doing. Motherfucker want to be glorified and known as this kind of person, and I ain't that, this, that, and this. But right now, thinking about it and looking back at it makes you feel like that shit was stupid,
That shit was bullshit.
dumb as a motherfucker. And I was trying to
Well,
tell people that shit, and I was trying to tell myself because I'm trying to hold up a name too. But it's
yeah.
like, what name for who? Because now, nigga, look where we at now in life, and now we trying to make a new name. You know what I'm saying? And
Hey D. Hey.
we could have made that name a long time ago, and that's who we really are. Now we can be ourselves because we got the stripes and we soldiers and we generals now. You know what I'm saying? But
Hey, put this in your mental Rolodex, nigga. Positivity
For
breeds
sure.
longevity.
For sure.
Positivity brings longevity.
but that's why we still here, man.
Hold
That's
on,
why we
hold
still
on.
here.
Say that bitch again. One more time. Let me that
That's
bitch
why we
again.
still
What?
here. And this is some
Positivity
news. that you
Bring
can use.
longevity. That's all y'all niggas
Fuck
need.
they talking about, nigga. Yeah,
That's
fuck y'all hollering about. Yeah, fuck you mean. Positivity. Yeah, I don't give a fuck what you may go through, what's your problem, what the deal is. Man, on God, you stay positive, you gonna come up under that bitch. I
yes,
promise you.
sir.
Yes,
Yep.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Because
So the
all it takes
music.
is one
Let's talk
person to
about the
say
music, man. We
positivity,
got to talk about the music.
get shot.
Hey, the
One
music that
person
I've
say
been hearing you put out, I didn't expect you to come like this.
Yeah,
The way you coming, it's got like an R&B type vibe.
yeah.
You know, it's for the ladies. It ain't rough and tough. And I grew up with you and I know you. So for you to
we need
have that side
it.
to you, I'm like,
Mhm.
that's the player inside my that nigga always been a little player.
We need it.
Is
We
that
need
what
it.
motivated you to be like, you know what? I'm not trying to cater to these niggas. I really want. I love these ladies. You know what I'm
Man,
saying?
Yeah.
man,
I
let me,
tell people all the time. I
let
said
me,
I couldn't focus on like, oh, I need to look for the enemy because I'm looking for some girls. I want to go where them girls at. You know what I'm saying? All right, we gonna troop today, but I gotta go look for them girls later on today. I'll be with a couple of women. You know what I'm saying?
like, man,
Hey, no.
hey,
Hey,
you
no,
got,
look.
you
Hey,
got,
I low key get it from you. I low key get it from
right
you.
here,
Cause
Tell them
one
where you
thing
got it
about
from.
you, hey, one thing about you gonna keep something, man. You gonna keep your little hottie with you, man. You gonna keep you a little thing with you. So I got it from you if nigga wanna keep it 100. What you talking about? So just knowing,
I'm just trying to.
just
I ain't
knowing,
gonna
look.
say it.
So watch this. So just knowing that I was around people that was like players and had a mind like kind of different than just the streets. Like they weren't just thugging. It was some people was really players was too. Like some people had player in their bone. And I ain't just talking about women. I'm just talking about just how a nigga carry themselves, period. So I always was a little different. I was I've been a gangster my whole life. But the whole time, I always had a spot in my heart that told me like I'm a player I'm a gangster, but I'm a player at the same time.
That's
You
some
hear me?
news you can
So the
use.
music, so all the time when I was making this music and doing this, first thing come to my mind is the lady or the players fly shit. Like, yeah, I'm gonna put that gangster shit in there. I'm gonna put that shit in there because it's my life story and this how a nigga living. This how a nigga been living. But at the same time, man, I'm gonna let y'all know what I'm really feeling on my heart, man. That's why I made this song. Baby, you a bad little thotty. And I wanna rub on your body. Baby, you a bad little hottie. And I wanna rub on your body. Making love to you 3 in the morning and you're going. Got your pussy dripping and it's wet and it's flowing. Know what it is, got you screaming and you moaning. Got that shit on, I'ma spend it on you, girl. Ice out your wrist and your neck, baby girl. Philippe on your wrist and 100 on your neck. Fuck all them bitches, I don't care about the race. Yeah. You feel me? So I had to make that on some shit like, yeah, man, I'm gonna be a player about it, cause this is how I really feel about this shit, man. This what it really is, like.
Right,
So that's how that came about. But yeah,
man.
I'm different. I'm different. Like I'm who I am, but I'm different in so many ways. Like I'm different. I always been like that, and you know it. You know it, Surf God. Like I always
For
been like
sure.
a different type of person with a different type of vibe. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So it ain't never been nothing but a different vibe when it came with me, man.
Hey, one thing I'm gonna say about my homies, period. When we walk in the room, we light it up. We light it up. All of us is we all got our own little just where we come from and the way we grew up and just the way we thought when we was younger, just molded us as grown men to just be some fly dope niggas, period. I'm gonna say that about my section, man.
Hey,
Shout
heard
out,
you say
shout
that,
out the
lesson,
east side.
brother. Yeah, shout out to the East Side, man. Hey, that's what I always tell you. Hey, I always tell a motherfucker when we walk in that bitch. When we walk in that bitch, it was like it was always like we always demanding some type of like attention in that bitch. And that's why I tell my wife this. I tell my wife this all the time, right? I say, baby, I could walk in a place, full of room, full of billionaires, full of billionaires, full of millionaire, white suit collar type people, whatever. Jay-Z type niggas, and I'm gonna hold a conversation. I'm gonna be in that bitch. All they gonna be saying, they mind, man, whoever this nigga is, he act like he belong here. You hear me? He act like he just
Right.
belong here, like he just supposed to be here. Like, is he one of us? They whispering about a nigga. Is he one of us? Like, who's he? Like, he got billions too? Whole time, I'm just an average street nigga, but I'm a people person. So I just like where we come from, you know. This how like we ain't never like we always been the niggas. Like we been the niggas, and nigga gonna stay the niggas and we gonna die the niggas, man. And that's how I go. So niggas be saying that, like, they recognize it like how we recognize it. My wife, and I always tell my wife, like my wife, she be saying it like, she be like, baby, you just like be having that so confident, you be so confident and so like you so like you feel me to the point when you like you demand respect, but I demand it in a way where I'm humble and respectful about it as well. You
Right.
feel me?
Fact.
So like you said though, we just be having that touch, man, and that touch take a nigga far away, man. That touch, man. It's that touch of when you who you are, and it just be what it is. Everybody in the room respect you, and if they don't, they gonna understand and respect you eventually.
Yeah. Something
Yeah.
going on with your sound a little bit.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you good.
Yeah,
But
yeah. I
yeah,
said,
man, I
yeah, yeah.
definitely appreciate you tuning in, man.
Nah,
This is
for
the
sure.
news you can use. I want everybody who watching this right now,
Yeah,
like and subscribe. If you watching this, like and subscribe. If you want to join in, follow my Instagram, like and subscribe to this video, and turn on your notification bell, and we'll let you tune in, and you can come conversate with us.
for
This
sure.
platform I share to everybody.
Yeah,
We promote music, we promote business, whatever you guys got as business. We promote everything. Right now, we got Tmicheals in here, the world-renowned producer, platinum producer Tmicheals. We got Lyndrum, world-renowned producer. You know, these people right here are hip hop historians. You know, they made platinum hits with probably 80% of the artists that me and Kesey grew up to. So these are the kind of people that we want to work with because we love them classic records and we want that real stuff. So if y'all want beats or production, the people who watching, go on and hit their Instagram pages or hit me up and I'll connect that. This
for
page
sure.
is about connecting people. This is networking. We trying to put everything together for everybody.
Rules
This
you
is
can
some
use.
news you can use. And if you watching and you young, this is something you can learn from. And every now and then I'm gonna have a new artist on here. When like I said, whenever my boy Keith wanna get on here with
Yeah,
that fly dope
yeah.
shit, he always
I
could jump on.
I'll be back. I'll be back though. I'll be back soon. So I'm about to drop this video and drop that song, this new song I got, man. I'm working on some new shit. So I'll be back ASAP. So I'll be back up on here to get it, to put it out to let y'all know what's going on. Keep it updated and keep it rocking. So for sure, and I appreciate you having me on here, Surf God. You know how we rocking, man. We've been doing this shit forever, man. We gonna keep doing this shit, man.
We gonna keep on doing it.
Yeah, yeah, and it was nice. It was nice meeting y'all too, man. And shit, hopefully we can keep building, man, and keep on
Yes,
rocking too,
sir.
man. It's all love.
Man.
Nice
I
meeting
rock
you
with
too.
you, bro. I rock with you, bro. I
You
rock with
already know for
you.
sure, man. Like I said, man, and we gonna keep building. However we can build, we gonna build.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. I'm gonna catch y'all, man. Have a blessing. I'm gonna get to this shit, man. Y'all know, man. It's all love. I'll be on that bitch soon, though.
All right.
All right, well,
So yo, what y'all think about, man? I'm working with him. I know y'all working with me, so y'all like that. We got a lot going on, but I'm gonna be working with a lot of new artists, pushing a lot of new artists. That's why I'm building this platform. That's why I'm making it pop. If you are a new artist and you watching this and you want to be a part of a team and you want to join in, hit my DM. Go on and hit Compton Surfgod on Instagram and like and subscribe to this. But I'm gonna continue with Lyndrum and Tmicheals. What y'all think, man? I
Hey,
gotta
I think
send y'all
it's
some music.
all love, man.
hey,
I
man,
love
it's
every
dope.
second.
It's dope, man. It's all love, bro.
Yeah,
That's,
but I gotta catch this flight, right? So
yeah. You gotta get out of here, man. I forgot about that.
yeah,
I forgot about that. But
hey,
yeah,
I'll
man.
be in Grove City tomorrow morning, man. I'll be in Cali. I'll be in Long Beach.
What? You be in Long Beach? Yeah. All right. So we be out there. I'll be in LA on the 29th or the 30th for my boy That Cinco album release party.
Mm.
So if something anybody want to catch me or tune in, y'all can catch me there.
Okay, and yeah, T Michael say he coming to Vegas. He say he going to Vegas.
Oh, oh,
He gonna
indeed,
pop up on Lyndrum.
indeed.
He
You
gonna
know,
pop up on
you
Lyndrum
know when I
and
come out there, nigga, you know we finna get fucked up like we used to do back in them days, nigga.
Hey, we gotta link up out there. I'ma come. If T come, I'ma pull up.
You
straight
already
up. That's what I'm saying. We need to all plan it and get together, man. Hey,
know.
all night, bro. Nothing but music, nothing but creativity the whole time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Definitely
And
some news you can use.
all work.
That's what we do, man. I gotta get out there anyway, man. That's what we do, man.
But I'm gonna holler at y'all, man. I appreciate it, Surf God.
Yes, sir.
Bruh.
I'm gonna check y'all later. Hit me up on the rebound. I'll hit you up when I get to LA.
All right, let me sign off. This is some news you can use, episode 5 with legendary Tmicheals, legendary Lyndrum. Y'all go tune in to these people, hit their Instagrams. If you want to be on the show, hit my Instagram, DM me, and you can jump on the show. Episode 6 will be airing tomorrow. Episode 5 is airing tonight. As soon as we sign off, I see I got people through the live. I've been seeing them popping in. Everybody who's supporting, shout out to you. I love all the fans, and I'm signing out.
Peace.